As I stepped into the sterile fluorescent glow of the maintenance room, my eyes adjusted to the faint scent of disinfectant and stale air. Kaylin, our shift supervisor, stood with arms crossed, scrutinizing me from beneath a mess of curly brown hair. Her expression was always inscrutable, making it impossible for me to gauge her mood. "You're running late again," she stated flatly, eyes flicking to the clipboard in my hand before returning to my face. "Report on the central heating system." I swallowed, fumbling with the worn notebook as I tried to recall the last entry I'd made about the heating malfunction. Kaylin's gaze lingered on me for a beat longer than necessary before she nodded curtly and handed me a sheet of paper. "This is a new log format," she explained, her voice devoid of warmth. "Follow it exactly." As I scanned the form, my mind snagged on a few unfamiliar terms, anomaly thresholds and service vectors. Something about the language seemed off, but before I could pinpoint what it was, Kaylin gestured towards a door at the far end of the room. "Room 314. Heating malfunction is worse than initially reported. Fix it." The chill that spread through my chest had nothing to do with the air conditioning in the maintenance room, though it felt like it should be cold enough to freeze time itself. My heart thudded as I made a mental note to look up the new terms on our internal database during my next break. I followed Kaylin out of the room, down a labyrinthine corridor that seemed to stretch farther than I remembered. The fluorescent lights overhead cast an eerie glow over everything, making even the most mundane surfaces appear worn and tired. My skin prickled with every step, as if the very walls were watching me, judging my competence. In room 314, a cacophony of beeping machinery greeted us like a cold welcome mat. Kaylin pointed out various panels on the wall before turning to leave without another word. The silence that followed was oppressive, heavy enough to press against my chest and make breathing difficult. The heating system in front of me seemed almost sentient. Every gauge and meter displayed values that defied logic, anomaly thresholds rising exponentially with each passing second, service vectors pointing towards some unknown destination on a graph that made no sense to me. My eyes felt glued to the mess as I tried to make heads or tails of it. Time seemed to slow down further, until it was almost impossible for me to breathe at all. And in this endless stretch of suspended reality, something within room 314, perhaps the malfunctioning heating system, perhaps Kaylin's unnerving presence, whispered a terrible truth: I would never be able to fix it.